Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we should have this perspective towards Ramadan that this is the month of change, and we are supposed to make that change, and we are supposed to make that effort to make that change. And we begin with the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, which is one of the most motivational hadith regarding Ramadan. As the Prophet ﷺ, he described that when Ramadan comes, the gates of Jannah are opened and the gates of hell are closed and the devils are chained. Now, if you see this, that this beautiful hadith, this is such a motivational hadith when it comes to Ramadan, that it encourages us to do as much as good deeds possible and to attain Jannah.
I think also it's a good wake-up call to us, because we tend, and obviously to some extent it's true, it's always a combination of the whisperings of the shaitan or the shayateen or our own weaknesses. But a lot of the time, not only do we lie to people, we kid ourselves and we keep saying, it's the shaitan, it's the shaitan. So if Ramadan comes now and the majority of the shayateen are chained up, so the whispering you're going to be getting is very, very reduced, to say the least. So if you're still feeling the same urges, or you're still trying to do the same sins, then this is a wake-up call to yourself. You know what? Wow, it wasn't the shayateen, it wasn't the shaitan, it's actually me. I'm the one who really does need to change. So this is a very important hadith from like you mentioned, and it's a wake-up call.
That's right. And you see that there are two aspects to it. One is that the gates of Jannah are opened, so that we are motivated, we are encouraged to do good deeds as much as possible and to attain that Jannah, which is our ultimate goal. And on the other hand, we see two aspects, that is the gates of hell are closed and the devils are chained. So as rightly you said that, there will be less fitna, there will be less whispering from the shayateen, from the devils, and a person, if he doesn't make the most of this opportunity, he will be a loser, we can say. Because if he doesn't make use of this opportunity, what else can he do? If not now, then when? When will he make that change?
Not just that, I mean, it's an opportunity, because you mentioned the hadith, and the hadith goes on to mention that, and in this month, every night, that there are people who Allah frees from the hellfire. So there's some people who were destined to go to the hellfire, but they made the most, not just randomly because it's Ramadan, they just sleep and don't do anything and say, oh, I'll probably be one of those. No, they made the effort, they made the worship, they asked for forgiveness, they tried to make that change, and they could be one of those people who, in this month of Ramadan, every night Allah frees people, meaning they were destined to go to the hellfire, but Allah changes that because they took advantage of this month of Ramadan.
SubhanAllah.